This review has been brought to you in part by the camoshop.ie.
Hi, welcome back Oddies Airsoft, and winter is really sort of upon us now, and that's why we're sort of having a look at the ECWCS system from Helikon. Now this is an overgarment that's waterproof, so that if you're in field and it starts to cut up rough, you can take these out of the safe zone and put these on you and keep yourself very, very dry. Windproof, waterproof. Now, I've been a long time fisherman, and one thing you soon learn about our weather, we get a lot of rain in Ireland. We're a very emerald isle, and we're green for a reason. And one thing you soon realise is that rain gets in everywhere. Even the best of waterproofs can be a little bit unforgiving with the wet weather that we get.
As you can see, it's raining. Not just a little bit, but it's absolutely lumping it down. So I decided I'd wear this Helikon waterproof overgarment to test it out. I'm actually up watching some rugby. My son's playing. So 2 hours out in the rain is going to give this a fairly good test, as you can see. Now, when I tell you it's lumping it down, it's probably eased and slacked off a little bit, but it's still coming down harder than any rain that any airsofter would stand out in. So if it's able to take this kind of weather, trust me, it'll take anything that you airsofters are going to throw at it.
Especially when you're in the market for buying tents, if you're into camping or if you do a lot of sort of outdoor stuff with tents, the first thing you do when you buy a tent is you look at a thing called hydrostatic height. And what that means is it's the system that they are able to determine how waterproof a garment or a piece of fabric is. My fishing tents tend to be around the 3,000 mark, and they are 100% waterproof, never letting a drop. Absolutely brilliant bits of kit. This item by Helikon, this over jacket, which is in Camogrom, which is like a multi-cam wannabe, this has a rating of 10,000 hydrostatic height. So if my tent that I use for fishing is at 3,000 and is 100% waterproof, let me tell you, this is not going to let a drop in. The great thing about this is it's still fully breathable. All the stitching has been sealed internally with tape, so you're not even going to have any weak points, because a garment's only as good as its weakest point, and usually on sort of waterproof garments it usually is the stitching that lets you down, because the rest of the garment will keep the water out, and then the stitching kind of lets everything in like a tea bag. Has the typical nice feature of the underarm vents, which is sort of really, really handy to stop you sweating too much, and it also lets air circulate around, especially if it's slightly warm. There's no padding on this garment at all, and it has that sort of typical hood, but the great thing about the hood, I'm going to show you now, has the usual YKK zips, which are a must, but with the hood it has that nice peak, but it doesn't have any sort of rimming in it to keep it out, but it still stays out nice and proud if you get a real downpour. Now, yes, look, I know airsofters don't tend to like the rain because their precious AEGs, being electrical, could fail. So they tend to avoid heavy rain, or if it does start to rain, they pack up and go home. But for guys who are into milsim, especially the lads who were going to Sennybridge, these are a must-have. They have to have these. They can't go to Sennybridge without them. And as I said, they are really, really well made. The fabric is superb. Everything is functional as per Helikon. You know, the typical Velcro. It has all the usual pockets. Double stitched on the elbows. Double the amount of material used on the elbows for obviously the stress point. Typical pockets at the front, and has Velcro pockets here as well for added storage. You can't really say too much about a jacket, let's face it, but you know what, it's superbly made, it's meant to be slightly big so it'll fit over your vest and your rig and all your underclothing. Trousers are of the same nature, really well made. Stress points, anywhere there's a stress point you've got double layering of fabric. Zip up halfway up the calf to help the aid of you put on a boot. Has one open side pocket, and then it has the flaps that allow you to get in with the stud to get into your main trousers on the inside. So these are really an over trousers. They fit right over, and again, nice and comfy. I'll undo the jacket if I can. Now, they fit right over. It's a little popper, and then you can pull in the toggles and off you go. All in all, brilliantly made, very comfy, and a must-have if you take your airsoft really seriously.
I've had this jacket on for about an hour and a half now, and absolutely no wet coming through whatsoever. This is one of the most waterproof jackets I've ever put on. Trust me, these conditions would find a weak spot. It's absolutely lumping it down, as I said. So thumbs up, Helikon. You got it right again.